what's up, man? You already know exactly what time it is. We're back here to start some more game on the ground for the Munger Hounds. We just got the pounding and are ready for the next round, man. With that being said, let me know how you guys' day is going down in the comments below, whether it's been a good day, a bad day, an interesting day, an entertaining day, a productive day, whatever the case may be. We can talk about it, we cannot talk about it, don't matter to me. Also, let me know where you guys are tapping in from so I can shout out your country, your state, your city. I always thought it was interesting. We can all be on different parts of the world and still tapping into the same program at the same time, boy. A huge bridge there has been gapped by way of technology, but at the same time, that bridge might also be able to open and close the gap at the same time, because with the way this technology stuff is going, who knows? Who knows where it could go? Who knows the type of rabbit holes that we could go down? Who knows? Who knows the type of rabbit holes that we could go down? Who knows the type of boxes we could open up? We could be digging our own grave with this type of stuff, but we wouldn't even know it. We wouldn't even know it. Which is why humanity and people in general, when they're creating stuff that has to do with technology, have to be very careful and very precise on what it is that they're making it for. Because when they don't, it could be used for something evil. It could be used for something that's not what it was made for. I see all this AI stuff, these AI songs, these AI podcasts, and I can already see it. Somebody who says something that somebody else don't like and they get offended. Yes, sir, we up in the building. What's good, Maki? I can already see it, man. Somebody who gets offended by hearing something that somebody else don't like. Well, they can go up there on the internet, do whatever it is that they do with that AI stuff, and they gonna make them say something 10 times worse that they never said in the beginning. And next thing you know, they're gonna try and cancel them, even though that person never said what it was that they're talking about. They said AI is horrifying. Bad things come from human creations. No, I won't necessarily say that it's from human creations. It's bad things come from bad people. You see, it depends on where you're at, which side that you're on. It depends on what you're trying to create this stuff for. Now, there could be things that came from good people that be taken over for bad things, yes. But it's not bad things come from human creations. Bad things come from bad people, and bad people come from bad spirits. Name one good thing a human created. Well, let's see here. They created a house. They created cars. We create children. We plant trees. We do. Yeah, I'm finna get you up out of here, bro, because you over here asking goofy things. Yeah, yeah. Get out of here, fool. Over here trying to argue in the comment section, boy. Can't even get up on the screen and argue with your goofy ass. But, no, man, with that being said, these days it seems like it's easier to stay down than to get back up. I see a lot of people, when they're trying to do something, they fail at it. And when they fail at it, it's like getting knocked to the ground. They get knocked to the mat. And instead of getting back up, they just stay there because it's easy. They stay there because it's easy, bro. And they sit around and they cry because they can't do what it is that they wanted to do. Or they didn't succeed in what it is they wanted to succeed. Bro, you can't make this stuff up, bro. You cannot make this stuff up. That's crazy. I'll use this for an example. Gilbert Burns, when he lost that fight recently, he was walking out of the ring. I mean, obviously he had some tears coming down. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Look, we got every Keisha in the building coming up in here, man. It's like, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty Zombies right now, man, with all these people. They just keep coming up in here more and more and more. I can't, I can't even get to my freaking message, but, no, man, he obviously he had some tears in his eyes because he worked hard for that fight and he lost. And Whether or not he lost, whether or not he should have lost or not, it don't matter. He lost. You know, a lot of people. I guarantee you there's some people out there who said that he got robbed or whatever the case may be. But when I was watching that fight, he was getting beat. Um, and he didn't do no fight conference afterwards. He didn't do none of that stuff. He just went home and he continued crying. So he got knocked down to the mat, and he hadn't gotten back up. Now we're gonna see if he's gonna get back up for real, for real. But if he don't, then it just goes to show you it's not. He don't want to get back up. He would rather stay down because it's easier for him to be down than it is for him to get back up. And a lot of people are like that when they're trying to do something new, when they're trying to succeed at something they've never done before, and they get knocked down to the mat. They don't be getting back up. You see, failure or success doesn't come with failure. It does not come without failure. Success is always going to come with failure. Because if it didn't come with failure, then how are you going to know what to do right? If you don't fail, how are you going to know what to correct? If you don't succeed somewhere, how are you going to know what to work on? You know, a lot of people sit around and say, "Oh man, I'm a perfectionist. I got to get this right the first time." You're not going to get nothing right the first time, dog. And I guarantee you, if you get it right the first time, the second time you do it, you're going to forget again. You're going to forget again. It's going to take trial and error, and it's going to take you failing and forgetting how to do things for you to learn how to do things the right way, for you to learn the things you need to work on, for you to figure out the things that you need to fix, the things you need to do different. Success comes with failure. And failure is not a bad thing. Failure don't mean that you lost. It just means that you hit a roadblock and you need to get around it. The only time it becomes a failure is whenever you let it become a failure and you don't get back up off the ground. See, and I use this for example. We're going to say you got $3,000, $4,000 in your bank account, and something happens. Whether it be your car got totaled, you had damages done to your house from a storm, whatever the case may be, something happens, and now you got to pay like $2,300, $2,500, $2,700 to get it replaced, to fix it, whatever the case may be, right? And you've been stacking your money for a minute. You got knocked down to the mat. Life knocked you down to the mat. But you can choose to get back up. You can choose to do what you're supposed to do so you can keep on doing what you were doing and get back to where you were. Or you can choose to just give up and say, screw this, bro, I'm not dealing with this no more. I'm going back home to live with my mommy and my daddy, and I don't like life anymore because it knocked me down. That's when it becomes a failure, is whenever you sit around and you decide to let life knock you down and you stay down. You can choose to get back up and say, no, screw that. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do because it's what I got to do. Even though it's going to hurt my pockets deeply, I'm going to get back to where I was before. And I'm going to keep going from there. That's not a failure. That's you getting back up and doing what you're supposed to do. A lot of people think that hitting a roadblock means that you failed. Hitting a roadblock means you took an L. Well, there's two different types of L's, and you got to be specific. There's a loss, and then there's a lesson. There's a loss and a lesson, and within that loss is always a lesson. So you got to choose which one that you want to take. Do you want to take the loss, or do you want to take the lesson? And if you take the lesson, well, guess what? If you lose something, you're going to learn something. That way you know how to do something even better. And a lot of times it's stuff like this, it has to do with spiritual things. Faith, believing in God, whatever the case may be. He might be testing you to see if you're going to remain loyal to Him in your faith, in your beliefs, when you're down bad, and when you're doing good. He going to test you. And if you fail that test, it means that you're not ready yet. You keep forgetting about God, but you sit around and you expect God to keep your life going good. That ain't how it works. You can't forget about somebody but still expect them to take care of you. That's like if you just treat your parents, like if you still living at home with your parents and you treat them like a ghost and you don't do anything they ask you to, you just ignore them, you don't talk to them, nothing, and you still expect them to cook you dinner, do your laundry, wake you up for school, clean your room, whatever the case may be. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. So yeah, man, take the lesson, not the loss. Figure out what it is that you need to do and do it. Apply it to the next attempt. Apply it to the next tryout. And if that doesn't work, you're going to take another lesson and you're going to apply that to the next attempt. And you're going to keep on taking the lessons that you learned and apply them to your next attempts until you succeed. And once you succeed, then you're like, okay, now I know what I need to do. Now, not only do I know what I need to do, but now I can teach the younger generation, I can teach the youth how to do this, that, and the third. And obviously, they're going to do the same thing that you did. They're not going to want to listen to you. They're going to sit around and think that they got it all figured out. And they're going to learn. They're going to be like, okay, yeah, you was right. And they're going to come back to you. That's how everybody is. That's how everybody is. So yeah, man, take the lesson, not the loss. And with that being said, make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, and mummies, your aunties, and grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. And I'll be right back with the last episode of the night. Deuces.